news lately.
Well, Amazon, one of them.
Amazon, and then today, I mean, not a huge employer, but the Washington Post, I guess, also
Well,
owned by
same
Amazon.
owner.
So
Yes, same
yeah.
owner.
Same owner.
Crypto and Mass in the chat says, dude, gold is untradeable. Gold is very thin. Micro gold. That's why some of the changes were made. Micro gold,
Yeah.
tradable. It's very, very thin. Very, very liquid. It's very risky. Very risky to be trading that. Slippage is a certain possibility.
So somebody
And
asks, can you trust the numbers? I've always tried my best. I'm not, and you see this depending on what either administration is, people will be like, oh, the numbers are made up. I don't think I try not to be like a numbers truther. They're not made up. It's my question is, are they, even if the methodologies are sound, are they accurate? Like, it's a survey, they impute a lot of things. The nature of labor in general has changed so much. I haven't dug deep enough into it, but I always think we live in an economy now where it's like, if you want a job, you can have it, right? I mean, we have tons. You think about like Uber, DoorDash, things like that. But you know, what are we counting as a job as it pertains like the economy and stuff? It's a very complicated question.
well, then you get those massive revisions also. And it's like, well,
Sure.
why are we doing this in the first place? What does it mean when the market is thin? What does it mean if the market is thin? Pull up a
Ooh, I can
micro
show it here.
silver. Well, yeah, pull up a micro silver ladder. A ladder. I'm starting to get under. I'm starting to get the impression that not a lot of our traders have the ladder up. Or strictly chart
Yeah.
traders. You pull up the
Look at that.
ladder. You see the bid and
See
the
the
ask.
DOM?
That's the
Yeah, see
ladder.
the
Like
depth of market right here? This is gold. This is the gold minis. That is a very thin market. That means there's not a lot of orders on the bid and the ask. And then you want to compare that to something like the ES, right? So see that order book? And you switch to like ES,
ah,
double digits, right? Double
uh-huh.
digits.
That's what it means when it's thin. Um,
Yep. Yep.
Need the ladder to
ES
have that up.
versus
That's how you get a real understanding as to what is in the market that you are trading. That's level 2 data, of course.
One just one
Very
last
helpful.
thing about like, the numbers. I want to make clear. I agree, as someone commented, I think they do really good work. I think it's just almost an impossible task. Something to keep in mind is the non-farm numbers are done via survey, which introduces, I mean, you've seen in the past couple of years how, say, uh, election polls are tough or something like that. Is you introduce a survey bias. ADP
Yep.
is interesting because that's just based on numbers because they have the, social security numbers and like payroll. That's like hard data and they're different sometimes. Last year for a while they were quite different. So they can all give you an idea of how things are, but very difficult field.
I mean, crude oil inventories. There's an
Yeah, well,
example.
they just
Oh, we'll be getting
Yo,
that.
Andre, we have a problem with trader rate again?
We
You
are
know
seeing
something?
reports of that. We're seeing some reports of that in. Are you experiencing that as well? We're seeing some reports of that in the
No.
chat. Okay. We're
So,
seeing some reports of that. I cannot confirm or deny that that is the case. However, we are seeing some reports of that in the chat.
Well, that's unfortunate.
$1,000 upside in the ES 69.58 half offered 1,000 times, about 2 points higher from where we're at right now. Market is going to run away from that. It is pulled. Market ran away from that. $1,000 did flash in there in the ES and was pulled.
Gold bounced off that 5,000 level. Bounced up $30, $40 here.
Yes, it is. Ooh, big selling coming in. I saw a sell order. In the ESCS just got smacked about 7-8 points more selling coming in here in the ES, about 10 points down. We're asking why your ladder like a climbing ladder doesn't look like that with all the bids and asks. That's because we have level 2 data from the CME. We'll put a link in there. as to how to get it. You got to pay for it. This comes directly from the CME for that data. I think it's very, very helpful. Gives you a better picture as to, well, gives you a much better picture as to, there's the link. Thank you, Dolby Time. As to what is in there. So it says what's a thin, you ask, what is it? So what does that mean when there's not a lot of size on the bid and the ask? That means getting filled at the price that you trying to get filled on those stops. Be very
Yeah,
unlikely.
and I
Those
think
are
it's
stop
more
markets.
I think it's very useful. Like I wouldn't trade without it in the equities, but I think it's possible to trade the equities because it's a pretty liquid market without it. It's like we saw when people were trying to trade micro silver and stuff. Oh boy, man. If you only have the
It's
first you don't know what's going on, especially if you're trading off the chart, you could be walking into a massacre.
huh.
Yeah.
Like if you see the front last bid, it could be gapped several times beyond
Right.
that. You're just flying completely blind.
Yeah. I think what part of the confusion may be is on the chart. If they're strictly chart traders and they have their stop market order in, say beneath their long and their stop market order is beneath there, and they see the chart, they see the price go through their stop market, and they do not get the price that they thought they were going to get out at, and they get a much worse fill. That is because that price never traded, and the order is going to execute. Is going to seek the first available price. Well, the first available price is going to be much lower, much lower than what you ideally would try to get out at.
And
And the more
Griffith
thin the
says,
market is, the worse the fill is going to be.
yeah, as unnecessary distraction. That's a fine opinion if you're trading a super liquid market. I don't think if you're trading silver or something that has crazy gaps in it,
Oh,
I think it's then necessary.
I'll just say this. Thank goodness we are trading in a sim environment. Thank goodness we're trading in a sim environment because the lessons, well, with your real money, the lessons would be much more costly, much more painful. And maybe not as empathetic as to some of the growing pains we're learning here, trading in the sim environment. Yeah. More selling coming in here in the ES 69.37 last trade.
Oh, dude,
Same for the
Palantir's getting
Nasdaq.
spanked.
Uh-huh. It was NQ getting sold off as
Right back down to
well.
these lows.
Yep. Dow getting hammered as well.
Not even Apple could hold this market up. Apple's up almost 3%.
Our contrarian Mag 7 king, Apple.
If we start breaking these 200s, I mean 25,000, just a hop, skip, and a jump from here.
Wow. This ES, this 5-minute candle in the ES is down 20 points. 5-minute candle in the NQ down 110 points. OVEC, I'm going to ask you about some downside levels. We got
Yeah,
down
we
here
got
a couple times.
we got to my levels I just said before. Let's see if we can get some movement to the upside.
Did you take it? Are you long?
No, still not
Okay.
long.
All right. Last trade in the NQ 25,266. Bottom end of very, very thin. Again, these ranges are very wide in the NQ. And we are seeing volatility here. ES 69.45, about a 20-point range in the ES. This first 25
Right.
minutes of the New York session. Number 5 minutes. Dakota, one trade on the
Waiting for
comeback.
the numbers to come out in 5 minutes is the right
Yeah.
decision for me.
In the chat, they're saying OFAC comes on again and breaks trade evade. OFAC, did you break trade evade? They're saying
Last
some
week
saying
is last week has been the same.
not to make light of. My apologies. It's just something to throw things away. Some are reporting it as back. We can't confirm it. However, we are
Last week,
seeing it.
then Wednesday, and the trade rate was shut down.
It's that could be frustrating.
Oof. Yeah. I'm gonna hold my tongue on so many things I want to say. So let's just focus on these markets.
Okay.
Jack,
Ominous.
Andre, you guys know.
Thank goodness we're in a sim environment. Thank goodness we
Correct.
are learning. We're all learning. For well, most of us. Thank goodness we're learning in a sim environment.
Correct. Yep.
We're selling here in the NQ 25,253. 20 points off
Why
the
is that?
lows.
What happened to some of you in the live market?
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because, say, a lot of these people are new to futures, are going straight to live markets with a brokerage account, putting, say, $5,000, much more if you are trading silver, as margin requirements have gone up for the CME.
Mhm.
That money could very well evaporate. It's very risky with what we saw on Friday. Let's leave it that. We'll leave it at that.
Here goes Nasdaq back to the session
Yeah,
lows. Oh, new lows, new session lows. Off we go.
session lows indeed. And Q 25,226. ES selling off as well. New session lows 69.33.
Yeah, Adobe. It's best to take the high road on stuff like that.
We got
Um,
Figma going below. Speaking of like the software apocalypse, to give you an idea, Figma IPO'd in July of 25. It shot up to $140 at the high. It is busting below $20 right now.
oh boy. We're going to see a big sell off. Continuing to see the sell off. Again, big ranges. Can't, yes, and you can't really find a direction. Dow looked like it wanted to pump higher. Seeing turn around and give back all those gains and new lows. ES continue to drive lower,
Ooh,
69.30.
speculative
NQ,
stuff is
you
getting
got,
nuked from space right now, baby. You got
okay.
What
Palantir
is?
down 9%,
Ooh,
Carvana down 6.5, Oracle's down 5, Quantum's
that's a
down 5% across the board.
that software, Jack. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I'm waiting.
Definitely.
Hold,
Hold the line.
hold.
Sellers in
I'm
the
gonna
house
buy
saw
Adobe
the
at like, that
new
2
lows.
PE ratio.
25,196 in the NQ. New session lows there. ES, new session lows also. 69.26. What were yesterday's lows? Close to
And this is before the
69.
news. This is right before the
This
data in a minute.
take a peek at crude. What's crude doing? Crude popping? Nope. Crude selling off also. Uh-oh. It's one of those all red days. Everything's selling off.
Mm. Gold starts to break.
Yeah, this is all red. Everything's selling. 45 seconds to the number.
We did temporarily bounce right off of 6,900. I love when that happens. That would have been a hell of a risky trade, though. Still might not work
70,
out.
70% short tilt in the NQ. Just equities continue to drive lower, new session lows, both ES and NQ. Dow, not quite there for new session lows, but it's pretty much giving back all the gains we saw on off that opening bell. Number incoming. Expected prices paid expected 65. That number comes in a little higher. That's inflationary gauge. What we got? A little hotter,
Oh
66.6.
my
Prices
gosh.
paid. Prices paid a little hotter. Employment coming in a little lower.
Okay.
Not so good. Might see some more selling here.
So this is dollars getting stronger. We see a little bit of a sell off here in gold.
We're clear with the numbers till EIA crude in about 30 minutes. Oof. Still looking for longs, OFAC? Or how?
Let's see. Let's see. For now, I don't want to try nothing.
Okay. What would entice you for a short? I'm just looking at for both sides of a trade possibilities, a short or a long. You got looking to the long side. Anything for a short? I'll even ask Dakota. Anything that would entice you to take a short? You made money on the long to the long side, but it looks like we're making new lows. So you wait, stay patient, Dakota. Let the trade
I
come to
do,
you,
yeah.
or how do you
Being
manage what we're
patient's
seeing right
the
now?
right thing right now. We did break those lows. We're approaching these next lows that we've seen in mid-January, which is right here at 25,080s. We're almost there. And then of course we have a big round number, 25,000. There's also some levels like 24,900. I think this thing can just keep going down. There's a possibility. Yeah, markets are getting hit hard. There might be some
There's some
support here at 25,100.
yeah, man, there's some
What do you got,
panic
Jack?
and like there's some violence under the hood here in the individual stocks right now.
They getting
Um, yeah,
ugly?
getting very ugly in certain names.
My eyes are on gold a little bit though right now. I'm watching this
Uh-huh.
uh, this pattern. Just zoomed out on the hourly chart. Like we had that big sell off earlier this week. Got this pullback. Is this a pullback? And kind of a little bit of a rounding top here on the hourly. So I'm curious if we're going to get a deeper pullback here on gold as well, which is interesting. Which is interesting. Equities and gold not correlated or not inversely
Um,
correlated.
well, everything's changed. Like right now, we're just seeing everything selling off together, whether it be metals or oil or equities. Seeing red all across. Maybe it has to do with the dollar strength, but he's also selling with dollar weakness.
I mean, we're seeing like a retail bloodbath right now. I
Kind
mean,
of what's going on?
AMD is down 15% after earnings.
Oh boy,
AMD is down 15%.
15? MBT getting
Strategy's
smart.
down 6%. Rocket Lab down 7%. Oklo down 8.2%.
Micro Bitcoin trading on the lows. Micro Bitcoin
Ooh.
down about another $3,000 or so. Give it talk $2,500. Just put a new low 73,960. And there's about $1,000 bounce right there in micro Bitcoin. Still 70% short tilt in the NQ. Markets are very, very volatile right now.
Yeah, full disclosure, like with the Palantir thing, it looks like they popped big on the earnings yesterday, and then I think it might be just green light to short. You know, have other earnings out coming out for a quarter. I don't know if people are fully internalizing how things may change after the elections. It is a midterm year. Um, full disclosure, I am short some of that, so don't listen to me.
I'm listening to you, Jack. I don't care what you say. I'm going to listen to you. And they better also. We got still staying heavy here in the equities. They're seeing a little bit of a bounce here, like 8-point bounce in the ES. Just to see it get sold into NQ, seeing a bounce, 30-point bounce back up to 25,130s. I was going to try to give this a shot. Again, prices paid on that ISM services. It came in hotter. And services employment came in weaker. ADP also came in weaker for jobs numbers. No non-farm this week. So this is what we have got to go on. This is what the markets have to go off of.
Oh, and just so everyone doesn't think I'm some ideological soy boy or something here, my biggest trade of the last 5 years was actually long Palantir for a long time. So I am flexible. Money has no ideology.
Nope.
I only like green faces. Again, we got that crude number at the bottom of the hour. Right, in fact, we've seen about a 90. Wow, 200 line just came in on the bid and was filled in the NQ on the 192. The orders. Your lowest downside level, if I got you 25,157. We bottomed out at 108. Looks like these markets are going to be very volatile. How do you approach? Or you just wait? You just wait and let this kind of quiet down until you take a trade, or what are you looking at as we see this volatility in the NQ?
For now, just looking at if we can go to these lows. I'm gonna show you.
Okay, tell me the price. Let me know that price, OFAC, because some people are listening on that radio, so we can make sure they know the price that you're talking about. Those lows you are. What was that price?
Price. So in the end of the day, I want to see us go to 894. Okay, 24,894. Okay,
Oh,
this was my weekly target. Okay, for this week. But we opened the New York session very low, so I was expecting us to go higher and then go lower. In the open, we go, straight lower. So I want to just wait for more confirmation if I can take, a scalp to the upside, or just watch the market and don't do anything. For now, I'm just waiting.
24,894, about 300 points lower from where we're at right now. But
Yeah, you can see on the daily chart right here. Just imagine this is some big box. Okay, so
sure.
last week we go to this external liquidity, okay, from the upside, and then go back to the internal liquidity right here. So I'm expecting us to go to the lows, okay, of this box, okay, to go to the external lows liquidity, okay. So this is why my weekly target was the number I just said, 24,896. Okay, so today or tomorrow, I want to see us go to these lows. For now, I want to see if I can take a scalp to the downside, to the upside, and let's see. Let's see.
Okay. And there you go, about a 100-point bounce in the NQ. So ES also trying to reclaim some of those losses. We saw that push lower. Oh, we got some 3 familiar names that are off to the races on our live funded leaderboard. Some nice profits so far. We got
Sure.
Lee up $29,000. Karab again up almost 25,000. Effin up $10,000. Job well done. Way to take advantage of the opportunity. Also, we'll check back in. Very volatile markets. We'll see if you do see some movement on that leaderboard. New names, new P&Ls.
So,
good to see.
Man, Grub's just doing really well in these markets.
Probably has been. When we get JD on, we get maybe a little bit more insight into Krab's trading. But yes, seen that name a lot lately.
In the live account? In the live account? NASDAQ catching a bid. We got a 3-bar reversal down there. I definitely wouldn't be one to take it. Just not
Yeah.
so early with that momentum.
This is the scalp long I just talked about.
Yeah, we have about 150 points off the lows in the NQ.